Hello, my favorite traders. So today is August 4th, and in the spirit of full disclosure, I did not trade yesterday because of my crazy loss the day before. So I needed some time to regroup. I also needed time to put my NinjaTrader account together and get more familiarized with trading on that platform. I had been testing it out for a while, and yesterday I just sat in the NinjaTrader Sim account and practiced trading there. So today I want to go over the trades that I took and how I did today. I've kind of got, I don't know if you've seen the musical Hamilton. So there's a song that Aaron Burr sings, and I think it's called Talk Less, Smile More, but it's basically Aaron's song schooling Alexander Hamilton in not being so hot-headed, not being so quick to action, and not really letting everyone know exactly what he's thinking all the time. So it's, the chorus is talk less, smile more. So I figured I'd apply that to trading by saying trade less, study more. So yesterday, as I was reviewing my trades offline, I noticed that I was taking a lot of trades during this kind of pullback session around 9 that was happening. So here we can see I have an ES chart up, 30-minute chart up. So if you look here at the open, I'm on Central Time, so the open for me is 8:30. If you look here in the open, you'll see how it kind of makes a move up and then does a retracement back down and then another move up. So yesterday I missed the whole trend yesterday, I think because I was so focused on studying my losses and getting NinjaTrader set up that I wasn't as attuned to the market as I wanted to be. And I missed this whole massive move up. And what's funny about an uptrend is you can think it's not going to hold because we've had so much bear activity in the past several months, right? It's been a total bear market. And I actually find it easier to trade in a bear market. To me, it's easier action to read. But I missed this whole trend. So one thing that I heard, a price action trader, he's a legend, his name is Al Brooks, he said that a lot of times you may not think an upward trend will hold, but it'll just keep grinding upwards the whole time. And you could possibly miss it by not getting in on the pullbacks. And I definitely did do that yesterday, where I could have gotten in down here and rode it all the way up, but I wasn't really focused on holding a position for that long, number one. And number two, I was working on other things. But the thing that I did notice in studying my past trades was that here's the market open at 8:30. Here's at 9 o'clock. Here's at 9:30. Generally, I trade around 9 to 9:30, right? So what I notice is I am playing the opposite move, or the retracement that kind of happens around this time, which was causing me to have more of a bearish bias all the time. And then it's also a time of a lot of chop. So if I take this down to the 15-minute time frame, you can see here that between 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, it just kind of moves down and then bounces back up, right? So we have the opening move, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, and then we have the retracement, and then we have the next move up, right? So let's go back again to the day before, and we can see here that this 8:30 time frame was the down move. Here's where I got involved in this area of consolidation instead of letting that happen and waiting till about 9:15 or 9:30 after it occurred to play the next move that was occurring, right? And then if we go back to August 1st, we can see here's the 8:30 move, 8:30, 8:45, 9. It's making a move up, and then boom, here is this down move right here at 9:15, and then the move at 9:30, right? So if you notice the 9 o'clock hour, within that time frame, there's going to be some sort of retracement level. And then let's go back to July 29th. So here's the 8:30 hour, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It just kind of keeps going up in this uptrend. And then the retracement happens more around 9:45 to 10:15. Okay. And then let's go back one more time. I won't keep going through this, but I just wanted to show you something I discovered. And if you're trading one instrument like I am, I'm trading the E-mini S&P 500 futures. I find it really good to go through the time frames that I normally trade to kind of see what's happening and the patterns that emerge, so I can study them and then recognize them quicker in my trading. So here we have right here at 8:30, 8:30, we have this huge down move, and it continues to about 9:15, and then we have a move up, right? So it forms like this nice V almost, where it's going down, it's basing out, and then it's moving up. So we see lots of different activities happening on the open, but there is usually the initial move followed by the opposite move. And I will show you this on the 3000 chart, the 3000 volume chart that I'm trading on NinjaTrader, which gives a nice view of the initial movements. Here we are looking at today's session. It is August 4th, and I wanted to see how Asia did last night. When Asia opened, we basically stayed in this balance period of just kind of barcode activity where we were at 41.49 to 41.58. So basically just barely a 9 to 10 point range, and that's where we stayed overnight in the Asian session. Then when London opened, we moved slightly up a tiny bit, followed by another kind of balance period. And then as we got closer to pre-market, we started moving upwards. So here around 4 o'clock, we noticed expansion happening where we are moving upwards, and then all the way into pre-market, we're moving up to 41.73. And then we're taking a little nosedive down to about 41.51. And these are like really important levels. So our 41.51 has been a huge level. Actually like 41.48 I think is the biggest level. Yeah, 41.48 is a big level that you have to watch for. And what we did on the open was we shot up on the open, and then we retraced pretty much the same amount down the next 15 minutes. So I have this divided out into 15 minutes, and then you can see here that we just kind of took a nosedive till about 9:30, then we based out, and then we went back up at 9:45, and at 10 o'clock we came back down, and now we have a bunch of different types of almost like kind of doji candles, This one right here is a shooting star type of candle, meaning that, you know, buyers attempted, but they failed, so they got knocked down, and it's really one of the least bullish candles there is. And then we have a doji here, which means indecision, and then we have a move up happening right now around the 11 o'clock hour. So I am just watching because I'm done trading for the day. I am working on trading less and studying more. So that's the initial, those are my initial thoughts, and then I'll get into my actual trade. Here's my NinjaTrader chart setup. I have the lifetime license with NinjaTrader, which allows me to get the order flow volume profile tools and all of the volume tools that are associated with NinjaTrader. So here I'm kind of looking at the market. We are on open. I am using a 3000 volume chart, and what a volume chart indicates is that it is not a time-based chart. It is a chart that represents the amount of contracts bought and sold in this amount of increment, right? So this 3000 volume chart represents 3000 contracts are either being bought or sold per candle. And it's very, very good to read it when you're trading, because it's a lot different than a time-based chart that a candle will print based off of a certain time increment. Whether you have 1 minute, you'll have a 1 minute candle, 2 minutes, you'll have a 2 minute candle. But a volume chart, the volume candle only prints once 3000 contracts have either been bought or sold, showing you the ultimate outcome of the candle. So that's why I like this chart better than operating on a time-based chart. And as you can see down here, is it moves pretty quickly because we're just off the open. We literally opened about, I think it's maybe like 8:40 at this point. So I'm watching to see if we hold this 4150 level. And if we hold this 4150 level, I am then shooting for my target of 4160, because we went down on the open. We opened up and we took like a sharp move down. As you can see, the left side closer to the 830 where we kind of chopped and we went down. So now I'm in the trade. It's hit my target to get in, and I'm in the trade. It's working out immediately. My first price, I'm trading 4 contracts. My first price target is 41.55, and then my next price target is 41.60. So I'm just kind of waiting until we get 1.5 points up for me to move my stop to break even, because a lot of times you'll see, like, even though you're in and the trade seems to be working, there will be this little bit of retracement happening. So I don't want to knock myself out of my trade early. Like, if it breaks below that 41.48 level, I would close the trade out. So right now the trade's working. We are now 3 points up in the trade. I've left the stop at break even. I'm waiting for it to just work out and see if we're going to hit the target of 41.55.25, and you can see those volume candles are really strong. So that indicates to me that we have a good strong move. And then too, I'm also using, I don't know if you can see the 10 EMA, which is that yellow. So as the price crosses over that 10 EMA, that's kind of like another like additional confirmation signal to me that the price is turned. We went from going down, we based out, we turned, and now price is moving upwards. So the first target is hit at 41.55.25. So now I'm moving, I don't want to move it too close because I don't want to be knocked out of the trade early, because I know there will be a little bit of a retracement. So you can see, like, it kind of needs a little bit of time to breathe after that bigger move. So now we're kind of hovering around 41.56, and I want to see if we can get up to that 41.60 take profit level. I'm not liking these top wicks that are forming right now. They're kind of making me think that we might be turning around, especially how the price is touching that VWAP and it's kind of rejecting off of it. That VWAP that you can see is that red and green line. When price falls under the VWAP, it goes red. When price is above the VWAP, the line turns green. So now I'm just kind of waiting and seeing. We've got a big, strong candle that's shooting up, and it's going to about 41.57. I don't have a lot of faith in this candle, even though it's a super high volume. I mean, it's intense. It's a nice, big, strong candle. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens here, if it's going to hit the target. And I don't want the move to reverse. I want those 8 points. So at this point, I just close out the trade. And then I kind of wait and see what if it's actually going to hit the price target, which it does hit the price target. It hits the 41.60 in about probably like less than a minute. It's going to hit that 41.60 level, and I'm going to be a little bit annoyed because I didn't hold to target. But today was about me getting back on the horse, trading less, smiling and studying more, and just really watching how price action moves with the 3000 volume chart, because it's a good solid chart style that I can read, and helps me understand price action a little bit better because the volume is implied in the candles. A candle will print per every 3,000 contracts bought or sold. So now I'm kind of looking at price action. It's at the 41.60 level. It hit it. It's going to hit it a couple more times, and I am removing all of my trend lines that I can no longer that are no longer valid. I'm drawing new trend lines. One of the things I like to do with price action on the volume chart is draw trend lines, because when those trend line breaks, or when a trend line breaks, right? Yeah. When it breaks, it's significant because that means now the tide is turning and price is turning to possibly go to the next level or retrace back to the former level. So I'm drawing my trend line. I'm trying not to cut through the price action that's happening right there. And I want to see, okay, are we going to actually turn, or are we in an upward channel? So that's why I drew both of those trend lines, because sometimes price will bounce in a channel where it'll touch the top of the channel, it'll go back down, it'll touch the top again, but keep moving upwards. So I ultimately want to see whether we are in a channel or whether price is going to break my trend line and reverse in the opposite direction. So I'm just kind of playing with it to see. I'm cutting through the price action a little bit, but it seems to be holding fairly but running out of steam, because now you can see like the intensity of the candle. The body width is not there. It's kind of slowing down. And what I'm watching for it to do is now maybe make a turn and do a retracement back down to 41.55, or possibly even the 41.50 level. And I am looking to take this trade if price does break down and play the down leg of the move, because I like the structure here. So you have the candle that is the last green candle. Then you have the red candle, which has a little top, and price has kind of like topped out, so it's forming a double top. Now we have kind of a triple top, where both of those are. What I don't like is that the candle does get bought up. So I'm waiting to see if this candle moves back up or it breaks down below the tail of the other one. And if it breaks down below the tail of the other one, if it crosses the EMA, the 10 EMA, then I would look to put on a trade. But at this point, I am feeling a little gun shy from 2 days ago. So I just want to keep my win, book my win, and call it a day. So I'm just watching price breakdown. Although according to my trade plan, this would have been a valid plan for this would have been a valid trade for me to take, but I'm just kind of watching, and we're going to see what happens here, where price is kind of stalling out. So the activity is getting a little slower. I'm looking at the cumulative delta, and I'm seeing that buying volume on the cumulative delta is also going down, which it kind of looks like it's holding on for dear life a little bit. So this candle is turning bearish, and it's moving a little bit further down. And if it breaks under 41.58, I was going to take that trade, but I decided not to for the reasons I previously mentioned. And now we can see here, this is kind of how the other candles started to form, where price broke down and went back underneath VWAP, and it went back under that 41.56 level, and just kind of broke down again back to almost, I think it's, let's see here what it does. It's now like stalling out. So now we're getting like a doji, but now we also have kind of like that quadruple top. Then we have another set of tops there, and now price is completely broken down, right? So now we're at that 41.52 level, where if I was going to take the trade, I would have entered around that 41.56 and then gotten out at that 41.51 level. So it would have been like a 5-point trade, a decent trade, but not as good as my initial long trade. And then I'm just kind of watching to see what price does if we turn again and then we move back up, because now we're forming double bottoms here where price is trying to go and touch that 10 EMA, and then I want to see if it touches it and rejects, or if it touches it and holds. So that's my trade recap for today. Thank you for watching, and remember, trade less, smile more, or trade less and study more. Have a great day.